Hi, my name is Nadine Mackovech, and I'm a lifesaver. I am a person in long-term recovery, and when I talk about being a person in long-term recovery, I talk about being in recovery from an opioid use disorder. And it kind of started for me through my childhood. Growing up, I struggled with many different things, whether it was dealing with childhood trauma, seeing my parents get divorced, watching family members struggle with addictions. And by the time I got into middle school, I got to a place where I started wondering, why am I here? I started to feel lonelier than I did before because I started to put my own self-worth and my own value on all of these other things that didn't matter. As I started to abuse prescription pills, I never imagined or knew that it would ever lead to using heroin. And for me, that's where the shame became even more worse. I was losing my job, didn't have a place to live. At this point, I graduated from high school, but I wasn't going anywhere. I thought that I was going to die from my addiction. I told my sister that I needed help. When I told her that I was going through a really hard time, she told me that she could help me. And she offered me a second chance, I believe. She offered me a place to live, and she offered me the opportunity to move in with her, but only under one condition, and that was that I had to get sober. When I moved in with her, it was a few weeks after going through detox and the pain and the suffering of going through withdrawals that I ended up losing one of my good friends to a heroin overdose. And that day forever changed my life. It was then in those moments that I knew that I could not let my family go through what I watched his family go through. And so I grabbed on to recovery. Now today, with my team and the founders of Rise Together, Anthony Alvarado and Douglas Darby, we've been on a mission to educate, engage, and empower young people to really stand up and speak out about these issues that they're dealing with, and breaking the silence around topics like suicide, mental health, bullying, self-harm, and addiction. We've been able to educate over 150,000 young people over the last few years. We've been able to partner with over 150 different schools, and we're just getting started. To be a lifesaver, it starts with you. I had to realize that as I started to take care of myself and love myself, I in turn could start to love others. And I could start to be there for my family members. And I could love them and support them. And I could be a good aunt to my nieces and nephews. And I could be a good daughter to my parents and a good sister to my siblings. And it started to come to this place of really taking care of myself in ways of journaling and meditating and diving into self-help books and really learning more about myself. Whether you're struggling with addictions or childhood trauma or not feeling good enough or just dealing with the daily life struggles that every person deals with, to be a lifesaver, you just have to be you, because you are good enough exactly the way that you are.